If you're a business owner that receives orders in your WhatsApp, you would agree with me that sometimes it gets very tiring responding to all those customers with the price of products and all of that. So let me just show you a simple system that you can build that will take care of responding to customers with price list of a particular item that they're looking for. That way it will save you time and the energy of always going to your price list to confirm some prices and coming back to the customer. So let's go right in. For this particular system, we'll be using make.com. So you're just going to sign up on your make.com for free. And once you sign up, this is the dashboard that you will see. So go to create scenario. And for this particular setup, your first module is going to be, of course, your WhatsApp module. And it's going to watch for that particular message that includes price or that is asking for price and all of that. So you are going to be using WhatsApp 360 or 360 Messenger for WhatsApp. So you are going to be watching for new messages here. And of course, you go ahead and create your webhook. So to create your webhook, this is all you have to do, and make sure that you create your connection here. If you do not have a connection, just simply come to add, and this is where you provide the API key that the WhatsApp has given to you. So I already have mine, so I'm just going to stick with that. So now that that connection has been established, I will save that, and as usual, don't forget to save your entire module. The next thing that you want to have is going to be an AI agent that is going to be able to go into your database to search for the price and return a response with the price of the product. So we are simply going to do add another module here, and we're going to look for make AI agent. Exactly. So it comes, we see it here, and then we want to run an agent. For this, you will provide your connection and you provide your model here. The most important thing here is going to be your instructions, because the way you like how you train or the instructions that you give to your AI agent will determine the response that you're going to get. So let me use one that I got from ChatGPT that was very, very detailed. So this is my instruction that I copied from ChatGPT. As you can see, it's a lot. So just make sure that you make it as detailed as possible, telling it exactly what you want it to do. But on the overview, what we want it to do is to go into our database and check for the item that the customer is asking for. If the customer says, I want to know the price of, let's say, a pair of jeans, it can go into our database and pull up, prices of pair of jeans and tell the person. Or say maybe we run a perfume store, right? It's asking for a particular fragrance, asking for a particular perfume. We can easily just go into that. This system will go into our database and look for that particular perfume and return the price and also its availability. So if it's not available, without the person, oh, that particular perfume that you're looking for is not available, should I recommend other ones for you, or you would wait for us to restock? Then we can, check back with you. So that's the kind of response, and that's the overview of what this system is really going to do. So the input here is going to be the conversation from our WhatsApp, which is going to be the message that it sends in. Okay, how much is a particular fragrance? How much is a particular, I don't know. So that is where our input is going to come from. So we go ahead and we pick chat here. And there is no conversation ID because we're really not trying to get it to do anything else. And that's how we are going to leave this. So we just simply save. As often, don't forget to save your entire module. So now that we have that saved, we need to connect the database that we keep talking about to this make AI agent so that it will know how, so that you have the database, access to the database that is going to go in and search. So what do? You simply come to this plus sign here and you're going to see add to. So what you want to do is search for Google Sheet, because that's what our database is. Our database is Google Sheet. But if your own database is not Google Sheet, maybe like a table or whatever database that you have that has like the price list of all the items that you sell in your store, that's the tool that you want to connect here. But my own case is Google Sheet, so that's why I'm going to do Google Sheet. So the action I'm going to be taking is to search rows, because I wanted to search through all the rows and find a name that is similar to that name, or that is the exact same as the name that person is asking for. So if the person says, I want a Latafa perfume. Let's just say I'm using a perfume store now. I'm using a fragrance of perfume store now. So let's just say the person needs a particular Latafa perfume. I'm not a perfume person, so I clearly don't know what I'm saying. But let's just say the person wants like Latafa, right? Let me just say that's the name of a particular perfume, right? So the person says I want Latafa, right? So you can what this is going to do is that it's going to go into your database and search for all the rows that have Latafa. So once it finds Latafa, it will look at the price that Latafa is tagged and also check if Latafa is tagged as available. Then it will return that to us, right? It will return, oh, Latafa is so and it's currently available. Would you like to place your order? If Latafa is not, if Latafa is tagged as out of stock, it's going to return, oh, Latafa is out of stock. Would you want me to recommend other nice fragrances as well, or you would want to wait until we restock Latafa? So that's what this is going to help it do. So it's going to help it give it that knowledge that it needs to be able to return the response that we want. So we are going to search for rows here. and of course establish a connection like you would normally do, and then you search your role, and then you search for your spreadsheet ID here. So I was using perfume store for example, so let's just keep it that way. So we're going to use our perfume inventory here. So what we're looking for is the inventory here, that's the stock that we have. So you want to search if so you want it to search for the item name. So that's going to be the filter that it's looking for, because like I said, it's going to pick the name that the customer sent and go into the database. So that's what it's going to filter it by. It's going to filter it by the name. So for the order here and the limits, the agent can always just decide that, because I mean, most times you can have more than one of, like I said, Latafa, for example, has a lot of Latafa. So if the person just comes and say, oh, I want a Latafa, if the person just comes and say, oh, I want a Latafa perfume or something, the agents can go into the database and pull up all the Latafas that are available and be like, here's all that is available. So we really want the agent to decide on the limits and the order, right? So we save that as it is, and as often always save this. So once it searches the role, and it will be able to use that knowledge to give us a response. So now that we have the response, we want to send it back to the customer. So we're going to add another module here, and this module is of course going to be the 360 WhatsApp, and it's going to be sending a text message. So it will always pick the connection that we already have here. So the text here is going to be the response from our agent, and then the number here is going to be the one that sends the message here. And then we click on save, and we save this entire module. And as you see, this is very, very simple to set up and very easy. So what we are going to do now is go ahead and send data into WhatsApp so that you can use that to run. Another thing that you might want to do is set a filter here, because you don't want it to respond to all your messages or run with all of the messages that come in. You only want it to run with messages that include a particular term, because maybe for your kind of business, someone can say how much is, what is the price of. So you're looking for messages that contain price and how much, so that's the only message that contains that really needs this agent. It's not all of your messages that need this agent. So setting up this filter is going to stop it from running for other messages as well. So what we do is set up a filter here, and we will say contains price. So we'll say if the message here, as the chat here, is not is equal to, but we say contains how much, and we can add another one here and still say, because it will depend on how the client is feeling. But this will also depend on the kind of business you run, and of course you have been in your business long enough to understand how customers operate, how customers come in, how, like, the method in which they ask for price of things, right? So that would also be the keyword that you would want to use here. So in my thought process, I would say how much, and the next one I would say price, right? So I would save that, and of course send me a task. Now it's only messages that contain price and how much that is going to be running in this scenario. So I'm going to send a message into this WhatsApp so that you can run this, so that you can see the response that it's going to get. So I have sent a message into it. I said how much is. I'm going to have to work with what I have in their database, because I don't want it to tell me, oh, what you do is not available. If that item is not in the database, it's going to tell me it's not available. So let me look at my database and see what we currently have. Okay, so this is what we have. So I think I want to order Bella Vita Luxury. I don't even know what that is, but you understand the truth. So I'm going to be extending it. How much is Bella Vita Luxury and Latafa Perfumes Assad, I guess. So those are the two messages that I'm sending, right? So once that is sent, what I come back here and do, I run this once. You can see it is going through, and I have gotten my response. As you can see, it has told me the price and also told me, that it is available and that I can order this. This system is working very perfectly, and it will save you that time. It will really be useful to you once you have bulk orders. You would really understand, because that going back and forth to go and check your price for this particular item, come back and write it down, check your price for the second one, it's a lot of stress. So this will really save you that time, because even if you tell it, oh, what's the price of this, and you list it like I just did, it's going to still return all of the prices for each and every item for you, right? So I hope this really helps a business owner, and I hope you stop wasting time and try to save your time, so that you can invest it in other parts and necessary parts of your business. So that marks the end of this tutorial, and I'm going to see you in my next one. Okay, bye bye.